You ever feel like personal growth is just this giant, overwhelming idea? Like a mountain of advice that's impossible to climb? Well, the good news is it doesn't have to be like that. We can actually break down the whole process of becoming a better version of ourselves into a clear, actionable framework. And today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to map out a clear path forward, step by step.
You know, this first idea from Brianna Wiest is such a powerful place to start. It completely reframes our lowest moments. They're not failures, they're foundations. It's that deep-in-your-gut decision, that never-again moment, that really sparks the most incredible transformations. It's not magic, it's just a fundamental shift in what you want.
And this is the crucial point, right? It's so easy to look for reasons out there for why we're stuck. But real lasting change, the kind that reshapes your life from the inside out, it only starts when you turn that focus inward. The journey to becoming a better you, whether we're talking emotionally, financially, or psychologically, it all starts by understanding the mountain inside. So today, let's build a blueprint to do just that.
Okay, we have to start with the foundation. I mean, you can't build a strong, fulfilling life on a weak psychological base, right? This first layer is all about mastering your internal landscape, your thoughts, your beliefs, your attitudes, because let's be honest, this is what drives every single thing you do.
This right here lays out the core idea from Carol Dweck's amazing work on mindsets. Over on the left, you've got a worldview that just leads to stagnation. If you believe your talent is what it is, then any challenge feels like a threat. But just look at the right side. The growth mindset sees challenges not as tests, but as opportunities. It's this simple belief that I can get better that unlocks literally everything else. Which side of this feels a little more like home for you right now?
Now this concept, this is a total game changer. For so many of us, the story we tell is that we're just a product of our past. But teleology completely flips that script. It says that your past trauma, your past mistakes, all your past failures, they don't have to define you. What defines you is the goal you are moving towards. This frees you from being a victim of your own history and makes you the architect of your future.
And wow, this just perfectly illustrates the ultimate power we all have. Franco wrote this after surviving the concentration camps. He saw that even when faced with unimaginable suffering, this one freedom always remained: the power to choose your response, your attitude, your inner state. This is the heart of mastering your inner world. It's not about controlling what happens to you, it's about controlling what happens in you.
All right, so let's see how this builds. Once you've got that new mindset locked in, you need an engine to turn those inner shifts into outer results. And this is where so many of us fall short. We have the best intentions, but we don't have a system. So, layer 2 is all about creating the practical, repeatable processes that actually create growth.
James Clear's work in Atomic Habits gives us this beautifully simple but incredibly profound checklist. If you want to build a new habit, say saving money or exercising, just run it through these 4 laws. Want to stop a bad habit? Just flip them. Make it invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. This isn't about willpower, not really. It's about smart design. You're basically engineering your environment and your routines to make success the easiest possible path.
This idea is so crucial for designing an effective system. Being effective isn't about doing more things. It's about doing more of the right things. And to do that, you have to get ruthless about saying no. You have to say no to the trivial many to create space for the vital few. Building a system takes discipline, and the core of that discipline is figuring out your single most important priority and then protecting it from everything else.
Okay, and now we get to the payoff. This is where the rubber meets the road. When you have a strong inner foundation and a well-designed system, your external world, your relationships, your finances, your sense of purpose, it will all inevitably start to transform.
This approach creates real, tangible results across your entire life. Your relationships get deeper because you're making those consistent deposits in what Stephen Covey calls an emotional bank account. Your finances improve when you start following Dave Ramsey's core idea that your income is your #1 tool for building wealth. And your life just becomes richer when you shift your focus, like Bill Perkins suggests, from just stacking up money to stacking up meaningful life experiences. It's a whole life vision of a better you.
We've covered a lot of ground here, from mindset to systems to real-world results. But all of this theory, all of these frameworks, they all come down to one simple, powerful, and totally actionable truth.
Eckhart Tolle reminds us of something that is so obvious we forget it all the time. The past is just a collection of memories, and the future is just imagination. Neither of them really exist. The only place you can ever take action, the only place you can ever make a change, is right here, right now.
Your power doesn't live in yesterday or tomorrow. It lives entirely in this present moment.
So I'll leave you with this focusing question from the book, The One Thing. Forget the 10-year plans and that massive to-do list for just a second. Look at the framework we've built today and just ask yourself, what's the one thing I can do right now that by doing it, everything else will become easier or unnecessary? Answering that question, that's your first step. That's how you begin.